Hello everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Phoenix Draconis, and this is Kaon Reviews. Now, as you saw in the intro, today's toy review video is going to focus on Transformers Legacy, Autobot Pointblank with Autobot Peacemaker. And ever since I saw the sneak peeks of this figure, I so wanted to get one. And I have seen other reviews, and they were not very flattering. Though I have to say, knowing that this was still waiting for me at my post office box, I saw the review that Patriot Prime had done, and he was ecstatic. As a matter of fact, he even did a side-by-side comparison between his G1 Pointblank with Peacemaker and this figure. And I have to say, I was very floored and impressed. Though I did notice that there were certain things that more than likely, I have to agree with him on that. Toy Hacks would probably have to go ahead and do, and make labels to correct certain areas or add on certain decals. But I have to say, I really like what I've seen so far. Now, granted, as you can tell, I have yet to open this puppy. The plastic bondage straps are there and everything. So, you can see him right there in his big open window. I mean, oh my God, look at that face sculpt. A lot different from the G1, but more tuned accurate. A lot of good molded detail. And you can tell, I don't know if it's coming out on the video, but there are certain areas that probably could do a splash of blue paint to make it a little bit more like the roof G1 style. But man, oh man. And look at that great illustrative artwork. I mean, wow. That is so damn awesome. And now, of course, you also see a close-up of Pointblank. And there he is, full-bodied right beneath him. And then, of course, you do see the Autobot version of the cover. Not bad looking, but it doesn't really capture me like the previous line did. So, not too bad. Then you got Pointblank right there in his robot mode as well as his vehicle mode, and then you got Peacemaker right there. Now, one thing that I did notice that he's more of a solid piece, so they were pretty much going for the G1 aesthetic, at least in my personal opinion, and based off of what I've seen before in other reviews. But in addition, you also get that VR code, which will bring up the tech specs. So for anyone that wants to go ahead and scan this, go ahead and do so. Hopefully it will come out. If not, if you see it on the store, pick it up. This is a good looking figure. But again, I've yet to take it out of the box. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get him unpackaged. All right, there he is out of his packaging, and man, like I said, this was a figure that when I first saw him, I was like, yeah, I do need to get him. But nonetheless, I mean, wow. I am very, very impressed. Now, I put both Peacemaker and Pointblank side by side, and you can tell there's Point Blank. Very, very nice. The one thing that he doesn't have, which pretty much would have been a throwback from his G1 days, is that these portions here would have made his shield. I don't think it's all that much of a big issue or a loss, personally. Though I do know that this little Target Master here, they really went out with the paint applications on this. And you can tell right off the bat, they really did a phenomenal job. You know, it's like, wow. I'm very impressed with it. Now, the one thing that I do have a little bit of an issue with this Target Master is the fact that he's really not all that articulate. Now, they were able to do it with the Titan Masters, so I don't understand why they didn't do it with this. I mean, now, I tried to see if I could find the Target Masters I once had. Yeah, they're floating around here somewhere. If I do find them during post production, I'll just go ahead and add images of side by side, variations. But I do have. I think his name is Blowpipe, which is Trigger Happy's, Target Master. Now, of course, with the Power of the Primes line, they call them Titan Masters. So, whoa, sorry, get him upright. So as you can see, side by side. Blowpipe's a little bit taller, and not by much though. I'd say about maybe a head or two. But as you can tell, they really did a lot of articulations with the arms, with the legs, gave them a lot of good articulation. Now, of course, this has been enhanced with some Toy Hacks labels. So, not too bad. I really like it. Now, in addition, and at one point I'm trying, there it is. Now, I heard this is Blast Effect compatible, so we're going to go ahead and transform him. And, yes, it is. Bang, bang, pew, pew. Nice. But, yeah. So there's no articulation to this, and that's kind of sad. I really would have loved to have seen this be able to move even just, the same amount of articulation as they gave with these Titan Master, figures. So let's go ahead and get these two out of the way. And you already saw the articulation as well as the close-ups of Peacemaker. Let's go ahead and take a look at Point Blank. And as you can tell, they really did some really good molded detail as well as some great paint applications. Now, I really wish they had added on the top of the roof for that, seeing as how they did the sides. Might as well go ahead and complete the damn job, right? But I'm thinking Toy Hacks might wind up doing something for that. Some really good articulation here. Now, unfortunately, this is all one molded piece, so there is no, as far as I'm aware, no, there is no wrist rotation. So, but it does kind of look like it's separate. That's the thing. And, yeah, no, it's just all one solid, well, I'd say that it was like two separate pieces, but they just glued it on there and just didn't bother to make it rotate, which is kind of sad because it would have been cool. And of course, you do see some of the details on the thighs, around his lower abdomen and crotch plates, around the knees, legs, ankles. Got some great ankle tiltage. So his head is on a mushroom peg. So he's not able to look up or whatnot. You can look down, but again, this portion is mostly for for transformation. So he can turn 360. His arms can go 360. They can go up, but again, this is part of the transformation process. He's got lower bicep rotation at the elbow. He can go as far as less than 90 degrees, maybe 75 to 80. He does have a waist rotation. He can go up, he can kick back, he can do the full splits. He can bend well over 90 degrees. He can kick his own back. And he's got some extreme ankle tilt. Van Damme, eat your heart out. Alright, so let's go ahead and get him posed up. Now, as I stated earlier, let's zoom out a bit. Okay. Alright, so as I said earlier, Peacemaker can transform into his weapon. It's very simple as that. Now, it is kind of hollow, as you can tell from the back, but it does transform into his weapon and can be put here. And as almost everyone has said, he can go pew pew, bang bang, pew pew, bang bang. So very nice, I like that. Now it looks like they didn't scuff this down completely, so I may wind up having to buff that down a bit. But all in all, now one thing that I did discover during my initial transformation of this figure is they got two tabs, one on either side of the arms. I will show you why they got those in a moment, if you haven't already seen a review of this figure yet. But, very, very nice. So, all in all, I like it. He's got a rather nice little backpack, though I really wish they had given him more of a backpack in a way. So it will hide all this in the back. But you know what? He's not going to be facing the back. And he does have some hollowness here, but that is due to transformation. Though I really wish they had done a cover for that. So more than likely, maybe a third party will make a cover, which, again, some people will call it parts forming. Get over it. Hell, if I can handle the parts forming way back then, you all can handle it too. Anyway, so give me a moment, and I will go ahead and continue on with transformation. Here we have Pointblank here. And one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to turn him around. We're going to go ahead and pull on his backpack, like so. Now, I have to tell you though, this figure has some really tight joints. So if you feel that tightness is there, just be careful, okay? So you just put the head down in that nice little crevice there, and then you pop that back piece back on. Then you take this window piece and you just put it like so. Okay. So now, at this point, we just go ahead and move the hands out like so. And we're going to go ahead and fold the arms like that. Now we're going to go ahead and turn this section up like that. Going to do the same like this. And now we're going to go ahead and put these four arms up like so. And then we just push the four arms over. Now you got to get over this blue section here. So once that's there, boom, there you go. Now at that point, all you got to do is fold these in. And there are tabs here, here, and on the opposite end. And you got a notch here, and a notch right there. So once you got that going, there you go. And you got that portion there. Now, at this point, we are going to go ahead and turn this around at the waist. These little divots here, we're just going to go ahead and just turn these around and notch those in. Now, for those that didn't see it the first time, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in close so you can see it. This section here is going to go up. We're just going to twist that around. There is a tab right here. There is a notch on the side right here. And you're just going to go ahead and just plop that in like so. Now, zoom out. Now at this point, we are going to go ahead and take one leg and just start twisting it in. At the same time, you're going to go ahead and put the foot down like so. Now, one thing I also want to let you know, there is a notch right here on the bottom of the foot. There's a tab right here at that divot there. So one of the things you're going to have to do just to make clearance is to lift up this canopy, and then you're just going to go ahead and just tab that in. And there we go. There we go. That's one. Let's go ahead and do the same with the other side. And all we gotta do is just tab that in. And there we go. And just snap that back in there. There we go. Now it does feel like there's not a whole lot of clearance. It's very small clearance there. But there you go in his vehicle mode. Now, one other thing, as I mentioned earlier, you got this tab and this tab. Now you do have the barrel there, and that, oh, not the barrel, but the grip of the weapon. Now in the OG one, there was a peg hole right here, and you're just able to just plop it on there. But as you can tell, this is all solid. So what you would need to do is tab it, tab the weapon using those pegs that you saw earlier into this peg right here, and on the inner pegs, not the outer ones, and just plop that in there, and there you go. And there you go, right there. There's Pointblank with Peacemaker transformed. And I have to say, I am liking this vehicle. Now, seeing as how I never had any of the Target Masters, and I just recently, well, I should say about a couple years ago, I wound up getting Chrome Dome, I am trying to find his secondary weapon, which is the same as his first. Uh, but that's the only of the master figures that I do have from the original G1 line. But as you can tell, if I did have this figure and put it side by side, you will notice that there were certain applications or stickers that were on here on the side, like the flames, and of course this canopy would have had a little bit more blue on it to enclose it entirely. So I'm thinking Toy Hacks might wind up doing something like that. And yes, there we go. Now, and let's see why. There we go, much better. Okay, so didn't have it entirely flushed. There we go, much better now. And not bad. Though again, it feels like there's not enough clearance on the bottom. But again, that's just my opinion. But all in all, that is a good vehicle mode. I'm really liking it. I just wish there was a little bit more clearance. But again, that's just me. So I'm going to go ahead and get him transformed back into robot mode. And I will give you my final thoughts as well as my score. All right, folks, thank you for waiting. I appreciate your patience. And as you can see, I got Pointblank as well as Peacemaker transformed and ready to do battle. And I have to say, a lot of the complaints that I saw from earlier reviewers, I have to say were pretty much unfounded. Now, I did have some of my own complaints, such as clearance issues and whatnot. But you know what? I'm not going to have them in vehicle mode all too often, if at all. So, I'm good. And like I said, this is such a badass looking figure. This is a good figure. Now, you've all heard me earlier. I think one of the only major complaints that I did have is the fact that, when it comes down to it, I want to say that there's not a whole lot of clearance for the wheels or from the ground to the vehicle, so it kind of feels like it's kind of dragging. The arms doesn't really fold up around 90 degrees. There is some hollowness in the legs, but again, that's due to transformation. And of course, the lack of articulation with Peacemaker in robot mode. I know they're trying to go ahead and do some G1 aesthetic, but personally, I think if they had done it with this size, but using the same articulation methods for the Titan Masters weapons, I think that would have been so awesome to have done. But again, this is only my opinion. That being said, I want to hear your opinion. Were you able to pick this figure up? Now, I wound up getting him through Hasbro Pulse, so I'm not sure they have any right now, but you're more than welcome to go ahead and take a look. I will put it, if I do find him in post-production and he is available, I will put a link of him in the description below. I also go through Big Bad Toy Store as well, so I will also put a link if he's available on BBTS. But as I was about to say, I want to hear from you. Were you able to pick this figure up? And if so, do you like him? Do you hate him? Leave me a comment about this in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. Click onto the bell icon so you can be notified when I post up new videos. I'd like to thank everyone watching my video. I really appreciate your viewership. I really appreciate any comments that you may have. I've been doing these types of videos for, God, probably over 5 years now. And I'm always surprised when I get notifications saying that so-and-so has subscribed to my channel and so forth. It warms me too. It warms me so much, and I really appreciate it. So I thank you with the bottom of my heart. This is Phoenix Draconis, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Peace.